I want to use that as a bridge. You're down with your mom now, and I want to use this as a bridge to ask you, go back to your first decade of life and think about mom and the communities that you were raised within.
Mhm.
And talk to me a little bit about the leadership that was evident, because somehow some set of people helped you preserve your mind in a world that was designed and built to make sure that you wouldn't shine. Your
Yeah.
spark would be, if not snuffed out, it would be very much blocked out. And I'm wondering who helped you preserve your best mind, your curiosity. You made me think about it when you said curiosity, because you are confident, you're curious, you're collaborative, and yet you're willing to be vulnerable, you're willing to listen. So somewhere, maybe in that first, maybe second decade, some people poured into you, and now you're going to pour into clients and other people. What are you standing on in terms of your leadership formation? Looking back, maybe
Mm.
you didn't know it at the time, but looking back, there could be heroes, sheroes, colloquial expressions that you remember? Give us a flavor of who helped you stay sane in a world of something.
Saying is still up for debate. Um,
Well, you may be crazy, but you're not alone. You're not alone. We got your back.
I appreciate that. No, so on both sides, both sides were sharecroppers in North Carolina. So
My parents too.
my mom's people did cotton. My dad's people did tobacco.
Cotton on mine, my side.
Mhm. And fun fact, or not so fun fact, my last name is Winston because of the plantation, darling. Yes, the cigarettes.
That's the cigarettes.
That's the cigarettes. Like we were owned by a cigarette company. Yes,
South Carolina, no, Virginia.
exactly. That was the slavery tie. So, but
Yeah.
I came from people who they knew that in those areas there was not a lot of opportunity, and so the minute that my parents on both sides, like the minute you graduated, it's not like there was a bus ticket north, right? That was our migration patterns. Um,
Great migration.
it was a great migration, and
Yeah.
so from the beginning, like we do with what we have, but we want better for the people around us. And so my parents, when they got together, I would say that like in that first decade, my parents were amazing. Like my dad was a truck driver. Um, it's very telling. My dad passed a couple of years ago. It's
Yeah.
very telling.
He's living around the nation driving truck. He's moving.
Like he was moving. So he was a truck driver, and then he got promoted to management. And when he passed, he was an executive at UPS.
Right,
Um,
right.
but he like the best encapsulation of my dad was that when no matter what job he had a side job because women like money. He believed in working for the things that he wanted, for the life that he wanted. And I apologize. I don't know. Do you curse on your show? Okay, so my father's favorite phrase, and if you tell
Yeah.
like question of like what,
You can say it in
like
the context of the story of your dad.
it's the context of the story. So, but it's like what raised me is my dad used to say, I will shovel shit with a spoon until I can do better.
Until I can do better.
I do better,
Wow. That's
and,
what
and so
that's what the country people used to say. We gotta make it more better.
so I can do better. And so
Yeah,
this idea was there's nothing beneath me, right? That if I can do this, I will do this. Until I can do this, and then when I
right.
can do more, I'll do more.
That's right.
And he was the other thing that he would say is that if it has been done, it means it can be done. And if it can be done, it means I can do it. This may take
Mm.
me longer.
It's a foundation pillar for Marcus Garvey's movement. The whole
Mm.
of Marcus Garvey in the early 1900s was that phrase, that
Hmm.
very phrase. If any human being can do it, we can do it.
Then I can do it. And my dad, he truly believed that, and he was okay. So because he never graduated college, well, he never attended college. I should say he did graduate high school, and wait, but so he was okay if he had to work a little bit harder, and if it took him a little bit longer. But he believed that
No quit. You no
I'll
quitting.
quit and I can
Yeah.
get what I want.
Yeah.
And so like having that instilled in my mother was always she graduated high school and again moved north. She didn't go to college until I was in high school. And she went and she was taking a couple college classes. And so you asked about the first decade, but let me tell you about the second decade. So I was in high school. My dad had gotten promoted to management, and um, they were having him take management classes. And so I was learning calculus. I was tutoring my dad for the management classes. My mom had just started her associates, and I was tutoring my mom in math for
Wow.
her associates.
Wow.
But I would see my mom. So she works all day. She raised 2 kids. She had a husband and all the motherly things that she had to do. And then at night is when she would start her homework. And I would sometimes come down to go to school, and she'd be asleep on the table,
Tired, worn out,
worn out by working,
like sharecropper fatigue. For the
worn,
same
worn
perspective.
out by working. And so, those are the two people that made me who I am.
Have you got to travel yet? You have a global mind. Have you been outside the United States and been able to work abroad and travel abroad?
So early travel was a really massive thing, I think, in terms of the trajectory of my life. So I got a chance to go to Spain in a 1 month exchange when I was in high school.
Oh, wow, that's good.
And like my mother always wanted to see the world, and it wasn't something that at that time she could do. And so when the opportunity came, she made sure that I could do it. And so I stayed with a Spanish family. And actually, the Spanish students had come first, and they had stayed with us. Then we went over, and like there was a moment I'm sitting at the table, and so my Spanish family, it's a dad, 3 daughters. My family back home, dad, 2 daughters, mom's on both sides. And my Spanish father kind of comes into the house, and by this time my Spanish is good enough that I was translating back into
Yeah,
English. I was like,
yeah,
"Oh, go me."
yeah, yeah.
Spanish dad comes to the house and he says, "You women are driving me crazy." And I just had a moment because my dad has bumped into the house and said the same thing. So these two men, the entire world would tell you that they were so different. Right?
Right.
One is white and one is black, and one is a Catholic and one's a Baptist, and one speaks Spanish and one speaks English, and one's in Spain and one's right. You could lay all things, and then when you take all that external
Yep.
take
Distinction.
away, just
Different.
at that personal level, these two dudes are saying the same thing.
You could see the common thread. You saw both of them.
I saw humanity underneath
Man,
all the. I saw that was the first time that I realized that all the borders were just lines drawn on a map.
mm.
And so that like transformed me so much. And I spent a lot of time thinking and working in inclusion in a broader sense, because I was like, all this is just made up from
Oh,
that one moment.
oh, what a gem. What a refrigerator moment.